Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're going to be diving into some more applied energistics here on the Create Above and Beyond Modpack. So, hope you guys are ready. So today is the day, and you might be asking yourself, well, what does that mean, Chosen? What's today? Today is the day we set up applied energistics autocrafting, and we try to autocraft some of the, I would say, like, easy to autocraft things that we craft a lot, and hopefully we can get them autocrafted. Over here I have all of my cool stuff processing, things I'm going to need, like, I don't know, all the calculation processors and things like that I'm just basically waiting for. As you can see right here, this is all processing up. It's just slowly but surely waiting. I'll have these done before long. So what are some things that I would love to have automated? Well, how about this? How about maybe having the press automated, so I can have items go into here and then they get routed and then end up over here, and instead of ending up in a chest, well, they end up back in our applied energistics system. Like, those kind of crafts seem like things that we should be able to manage, and hopefully we can actually get that done. Now, applied energistics, it's going to take a little bit to get to this point. A little bit of crafting, because we do need some brains behind everything. And just like with anything applied energistics, yeah, there's quite a few crafting hurdles that you got to get around. So if we want to do any kind of crafting, like let's say craft a crafting table automatically, well, that's going to require a modular assembler. But this also needs a brain itself, and that is going to be this colorful thing, an ME interface. So an ME interface needs to be connected to a modular assembler to do the craft. So you put your pattern inside the interface and it will interface with the assembler. Quite simple. That's quite understandable. And that's easy to wrap my head around. However, for the assembler and the interface to work, we also have to think about channels, which applied energistics has. And then we also need to think about, well, it also takes some amount of storage, digital storage, in order to craft that said item. So we do need a crafting storage. Then we also need some co-processing units to be able to actually process different things at once. And that's where we end up making like a basically a crafting unit, processing unit. We can also even have a crafting monitor so we can see what is being crafted. So some things we are going to need a lot of if we're even going to set up a basic one of these. And that is going to be a lot of lead. We're going to need a lot of lead, a lot of copper, and a lot of gold. And that's basically it. Of course, we have to make, I think I'm going to try maybe a 4 or 16K storage component. It's going to be a base. And then I'm probably going to end up going with 2 co-processing units. I'm going to end up just making one of these. And we're going to try maybe set it up in here somewhere. We should be able to fit it in here. Of course, the controller and everything, I need to move this out. And I want to set up a different kind of controller. And up on these walls and stuff is where we're gonna fit this thing in here. Believe me, I'm gonna fit this crafter in here somehow. But getting piping and stuff over, that's gonna be a whole nother thing, because this stuff doesn't come super cheap. Like these cables and stuff, just a lot of crafting, lots and lots of crafting. So let's go ahead and get started with putting this thing together. So I'm trying my best to get all of this stuff crafted up. I'm just making sure that I have all the stuff that I need. So right here is a co-processing unit. I want to make technically 2 of those. And then I also need the storage. So I think I just made a 16, so I can go ahead, make one of these. Oh, calculation. So yeah, as you can see, I'm slowly but surely working on this. I did go ahead and do some things like route power. So I have power routed over to that factory. Now I should be able to grab this. There we go. That's the rest of those. And I think that's it. Yeah, because I have a lot of the logic, but we're probably gonna have to make more of them. And they do take a little bit of time to process. But what I did do is, yeah, I ended up moving that over here. So now I can just easily press things. And then also I went ahead and made this. That was from last episode, but I moved it just because that's where the automation is going to be. And then I went ahead and just added some controllers, since the controllers are literally the thing that we craft a lot of. So right here, we should have everything we need. 16K, another crafting unit. The units are the things that are actually the most expensive. Now, I think with this should work. And then I'm going to put a crafting monitor. Let's see. We need a panel. Doesn't have to be illuminated. It can be a dark panel. Right? Illuminated. There we go. Just a panel. And all it needs is a storage monitor, which needs a level emitter. Which a level emitter is actually kind of a cool thing. It emits a redstone signal based on, I believe, like a set item or something that you have in there. It's just a way to kind of control with redstone items being input. It's almost like a trigger. So that is going to be applied there. And last but not least, we just need another crafting unit. Perfect. At least this is easier to craft with, honestly. Now, I'm going to hook this up to this. Now, we only get 8 channels. So here's where things get a little bit tricky. I need a place to put this. I'm probably going to just put it back here for now. And what it's going to look like is it's going to be 2 of these, like this. And then we'll have a 16K. And then that on top, so we can see. But the only thing I have to do to connect it is hook it directly there. And now this thing is actually hooked in and will allow us to do some autocrafts. So to do autocrafts, that's where we have an interface. I also made a pattern terminal, so that way I can hook a terminal in here. By the way, each side of these controllers supports up to 32 channels. However, this one cable only supports 8 channels. So you actually have to use a dense cable and then route off of that dense cable if you want to get the maximum 32 channels per side. So keep that in mind. And you can also use smart cables to kind of see how many channels you're actually using, but you can probably count. Like this unit, I believe, counts as 1 channel on its own, I believe, because it counts as a multi-block. I think. It's been a while since I've played with this mod. But let's just see if we can't get some basic stuff going. Patterns. How expensive are the blank patterns? They are actually kind of up there. Oof. Okay. So we have our patterns. This right here is our pattern grid. So we should be able to set up 2 different types. See, item substitutions allowed or disallowed. And then we have right here, yeah, processing or crafting. Good. So let's go ahead and set up the ones that basically allow crafting from within itself. So normally what I would do is I would hook to this and I would sort of build a shape around an interface, or I would place, yeah, I would have sort of like this sort of setup where they were connected to each other and they kind of go around. So let's just try this for right now. Let's just place this next to this and we'll see. So at the moment, this interface is connected to this assembler. The assembler looks like it has power, so it must be getting power from this, I believe. They must have changed that, because I remember before this wouldn't illuminate unless it was receiving power. So maybe this is actually transferring the power now. We'll find out if this has to be hooked up to the cable or not. But this will show the actual pattern being crafted. So let's just do crafting table. Let's make our own pattern with wood, because this isn't set up properly. Let's go ahead and say, all right, we're going to craft a log into planks. And there's our pattern. We put the pattern in here. And now we should be able to access that pattern from within this. So let's say we want planks. I believe you can hold control and shift. Maybe not. I don't know what the thing is. Let's do only show craftables. So right here we have the craftables, and we can say, all right, I want to craft 64 of these. So we can type 64 right in here. Let's see, you can't clear by clicking, but there we go. Hit next, and you can see right here, crafting CPU is automatic, because if you have more than one, you can set that. But I can just hit start, and I should be able to see the crafts happening, and we can actually see them happening over here as well. So yeah, it does look like this doesn't need anything. Now you can speed this up by putting speed upgrades and all that fun jazz, but This is only one of the tiny things that we can do. Now, the thing is, I believe that this sending to this can only craft one pattern at a time. So that's why you'd want to have multiple molecular assemblers attached to an interface. But over here, we can do different things with the interfaces. I want to set up a system that puts into here and then outputs here. So that is going to require, I believe, 2 interfaces. You can use an interface to pull items out as well. But I think I'm going to use something different. Basically, the system just has to receive the item back. So hopefully we can actually use one of these cables, which is going to be a bus. So we have an import and export bus. So if you think about the network as being the centralized focus of this, export means pulling out of the system and import means putting into the system. So it's a good way to kind of remember that. Let's just look at bus, because we have a toggle bus, invert toggle bus. There is the fluid, and here is the export bus, and here is the import bus. Okay, so import bus looks like sticky piston. That's all fun and good. Nice. Okay, and getting these auto crafted are probably going to be like probably some of the best things that we can do, is getting import buses and all that. And as you can see, lead plates are going to be a thing. Formation cores, we should have formation cores. I might have to make some more. So yeah, let's make some pistons, because of course that is definitely going to be needed. And formation cores, that is going to be applied energistics. Let's sort by everything. Logistics. Let's do 8 and 8 of these. And I think all we need is the controllers. So here's a couple of controllers left over, but we need these controllers. All right, I might have to split them up, but yeah, luckily we make a lot of these, so I'm not too concerned there. Pull one more out. There we go. 10, we'll split that up. We'll do 5 apiece. My goodness. All the background crafting that we have to do. Like, this is stuff that I normally do off camera, but I'm just trying to show as much as possible, because I know applied energistic can be kind of confusing. And especially since I've done a lot of refined storage recently, I've not had the chance to really explain applied energistics in quite a while. Actually, it's been quite a while. So even I'm sort of learning as we go about this. All right, so buses. Not the ones that go beep beep either. These are different kind of buses. Lead plates. There's no way I am out of lead plates. Apparently I am. Apparently we're 100% out of lead plates. I mean, yeah. But look how fast this is. This bad boy is a rockin'. Okay. Let's hook that in. And grab our bus. Export bus. So yeah, we need an import, which is the complete opposite of this. It looks, I'm still getting used to the way this looks, because this is totally different. So yeah, it requires literally an interface. I mean, no, this is a storage bus. Import bus. There we go. My goodness. I'm all over the place today. So yeah, on the bottom of this, I'm going to go ahead and route this down here. So this will be an import, which will just go into the bottom, just like that. Now, over here, I'm going to hook to the bottom of this chest as well, but this one is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be an interface. Now, I can put this in here and get a flat interface, which makes for a nicer setup. And then I'm just going to route, I believe, under this. Yeah, I'm going to go underneath here just to get it all into the system. Nice and neat. Just like this. Connect in. And by the way, these do all count as channels. So keep that in mind. When they're when they're hooked in, this is counted as a channel. 100%. So you need to keep that in mind. You make sure you count your channels and you know how much you have. I don't think create has the channel feature disabled. I just don't know. Unless it said it somewhere in the quest and I totally missed that. But there we go. It's hooked in. Now we just have to route it to the bottom of this. And I'm probably going to hook it to the bottom here. I'm going to hook it here. So yeah, we gotta find space for things. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of it underneath here. Let's see. How would I get that to there? You know what? No one's going to see this. Shh, don't tell anybody. But we do have facades that we can use. And I might try and hook up a facade to this. Just to see what it looks like. Just to see. Oh, look at that. Network Apprentice. It actually recognized what we just did. Okay. So what I should be able to do is I should be able to tell this by putting a specific card in here. To go ahead and make and press things. For example, lead. I'm going to go ahead and grab some lead over here. I'm going to have some lead made. All I got to do, by the way, for that, just to kind of show some of the background processes that I do all the time and I haven't shown a whole lot, is this is what I've been doing. If I need any material, I just grab a few coins because I have quite a few just hanging around here. And yeah, look at the lead just sort of build up. So quite a bit of stuff. All just building up. And then this is going to be used in our pattern. So let's take a look at lead plates. So lead plate, hopefully we can apply this. So this says requires processing mode. So unlike refined storage, we have to manually put this in processing mode. Luckily it even allows us to do this because usually it would require you to have the items before you're even able to do this in the past. So at least Applied Energistics has gotten a little bit better. So here's the recipe. So we can hit this. And so it's going to say ingot, you're going to go to a lead plate. Let's put a pattern in here. And now we have that encoding pattern. And let's hope that this actually functions. So we can take this, place it in here. This will be our input chest. And then our output right here is going to pull out. Now it is small. It isn't very fast. So that's just kind of how it is early on. But there we go. Eventually what we could do is we can have like a chest that would kind of save us on some stuff. We could just use inner chest, but for now we'll see how this works. So let's just say I need some lead plates. And let's say, I don't know exactly what the key is to be able to open that, but let's just say we need 32 of these because we're going to need quite a bit anyways. Hit start. And we should see it sent those items. And now it's automatically routed over here. And so we have some automation started. Thank goodness. And then we can also do the exact same thing, but for the furnace here. Now with the furnace though, is we don't actually need these barrels here. What I could do is I could have on the bottom, even though the bottom's getting power. So let's just say on the back, for example. Let's clear that. On the back, we can set this to input and output. So what this will do is all we need is just a bus or just a interface here. And so we can tap in with this interface right here. And we can even tap into this system down here just by hooking in the cable. And let's see, let's throw it here. It's not the prettiest setup, but there we go. I'm kind of working with the factory space I have. But now we can do things like glass. So let's search up glass. And I know I have a bunch of clear glass, but let's say we need regular glass because we need that for a lot of things. If I find just regular sand, is there a regular smelting recipe? Either way. No, I am not seeing. There it is. So there we go. Sand to glass. Picked up that encoded pattern. And same thing back here. We put this in. Now, the good part about glass, and of course, I want to be able to use this, otherwise. Now, we can actually search glass like this. And I wish it had one for 64. So weird it doesn't. but let's go ahead and craft a few. And we should start seeing this up and running. And yeah, the glass is going right into here. So even though it's set to pattern, glass should be building up. And there we go. Applied Energistics automation, just like that. So now with Applied Energistics, thankfully, this has been a thing that has been updated. Now I know it's apparently was coming to refined storage for 1.16.5, but this is really nice to have now, even though I know it's not going to do it. It's not going to, like, you know, completely, connect. Oh, never mind. It does keep the connected textures. That is fantastic. I was not expecting that. Ooh, that is good. Oh man. So yeah, there we go. So you can keep your cables in the floor line and it still look fantastic. Now, as you can see, I set up some Autocrafts over here. Now there is a terminal, by the way, that you can use to access all of your ME interfaces, which is a neat little thing. But as of right now, I've just been setting up Autocrafts for things that I sort of need, but they can't really fully be auto-crafted. They're just kind of saving me a little bit of time. So since stuff like this, for example, like if I want this, yes, it can auto-craft the lead plate so long as I have lead. However, I don't have quartz glass automated just yet, but these are things that I definitely want to get automated, so that way Applied Energistics becomes absolutely effortless when I move on to the next chapter, which, by the way, I did post on the community page. If you don't know how to get there, it is on my YouTube channel. You just go to my YouTube channel, the main page. If you're on PC, I know this doesn't work on iPad, but it should work on mobile phones such as Android. Don't know if it works on iPhone, but there is a tab within my channel that is called the community tab. And it's a place where I can post images and I can run polls and I can ask you guys questions. It's a good way for me to communicate other than just the Discord. And I posted the spreadsheet that I worked on in the Discord, hanging out with everybody. We all kind of worked out the math for this and kind of got a simple solution. So it's gonna be a fun little thing to do. But my goodness, am I kind of looking forward to it, to get this done. There's gonna be a lot of explaining here. There's a lot to come. But I'm super excited that I got the least set up. I got this set up with automation. Getting this set up. The only other things I want to get set up, of course, is the flame with the fan and the water with the fan. And I don't know if I can set this up in this area, but I'm going to try my best to get it set up somewhere, maybe in this factory. That way I can have my input and output just like this hooked up. Because right now we're using we're using 3 channels just on this. So we should have plenty of space to hook up other stuff. So with all that being said, of course, guys, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that is going to go to, bam, Exiled Deagle. I believe that's right. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member. And of course, guys, if you want to become a Discord premium member, all you gotta do is join the Discord, or if you just want to hop on the Discord and hang out with everybody, all you gotta do is go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect. And of course, don't forget we do have a vanilla SMP server over there. So if you would love to join, of course, that is going to be there for everyone to join. You don't have to be a supporter to join. Absolutely free to everyone. Remember, though, it is on 1.18.1 and it is vanilla. So it is good old vanilla, but we do have a lot of plugins and a lot of fun stuff to play around with. You'll absolutely enjoy it. So be sure to check that out. And of course, I do play on there every Friday and I do live stream over at Twitch. So I'd love for you guys to check me out over there. If you haven't already, I do live stream 4 days a week, believe it or not. I've been streaming on Twitch longer than I've been a YouTuber, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, thank you guys. Of course, I will see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.